The sun blazed. It baked the sands of Egypt. It gilded the towering pylons of the Temple of Amun. Within those sacred walls, young Horusa, a priest of remarkable devotion, served the gods. His life was a tapestry of rituals and prayers, his heart dedicated to Amun-Ra. He knew every inch of the temple. He understood the weight of each hieroglyph. He felt the presence of the divine in every flicker of the sacred flames. Horusa's world was ordered, predictable. It was a life dedicated to the gods, untouched by earthly desires. His days were filled with the chanting of prayers. They echoed off the cool stone walls. He prepared offerings for the gods, fragrant incense and freshly slaughtered animals. Horusa's devotion was absolute. His piety was unquestioned. He was a beacon of faith in the grand temple of Amun. Yet even in the heart of a priest, human desires can stir. Ambition and earthly love whispered in the shadows. Life, as it often does, was about to test Horusa's devotion. It would challenge his very understanding of the gods he served. This would all begin with the arrival of someone extraordinary. She was a woman who would shatter the calm surface of his world. Princess Nefer was the embodiment of grace. She was the cherished daughter of the pharaoh, a radiant jewel in the Nile's crown. Her beauty, as radiant as the midday sun, was legendary. It was spoken of in hushed whispers that echoed through the palace halls. With her ebony hair, eyes that shimmered like the Nile at twilight, and a smile that could launch 1,000 ships, Nefer possessed an aura of ethereal charm. One day, Nefer arrived at the temple. She came to seek the blessings of Amun for her forthcoming marriage. The moment Horusa laid eyes upon her, his breath hitched. His heart, long disciplined and subservient to his devotion, skipped a beat. He felt an unfamiliar tug. It was a pull towards this vision of earthly beauty. He was transfixed, captivated by her every move. Nefer too noticed the young priest. She saw his piety. She observed his dedication. She felt his gaze. It lingered longer than propriety allowed. Their eyes met across the crowded courtyard. A spark ignited. It was a connection as undeniable as it was forbidden. In that shared glance, a seed of longing was sown in both their hearts. This would forever change the course of their lives. Horusa was thrown into turmoil. He was a man devoted to the gods. His heart, however, yearned for a woman who was as unattainable as the stars in the night sky. The princess occupied his thoughts. She invaded his meditations. The sacred chants he recited now held a hollow ring. His duty was clear. His heart, however, had other plans. He grappled with his feelings. They were an unwelcome intrusion into the ordered world he had so carefully constructed. Love for a princess was not just forbidden, it was sacrilege. It was a violation of his sacred vows. He knew the wrath of the gods was swift. He knew their punishment was absolute. Yet the allure of Nefer was a force as potent as the Nile's current. He found it impossible to resist. Horusa tried to bury himself in his duties. He immersed himself in prayers and rituals. He sought solace in the company of his fellow priests. But Nefer's image haunted him. Her laughter echoed in his ears. He realized with a growing sense of dread that his heart had chosen its path. It was a path that defied the will of the gods. It was a path that could lead only to ruin. Despite the insurmountable odds, fate, it seemed, had other plans. Stolen glances across the crowded temple courtyards turned into secret meetings. They met under the veil of night, in the gardens of the palace. There, amidst the fragrant lotus blossoms and beneath the watchful gaze of the moon, Horusa and Nefer shared their forbidden love. Their encounters were fraught with danger. Every touch was a risk, every whispered word a rebellion against the rigid laws of their world. But love, as they say, knows no reason. Love sees no boundaries. In each other's arms, they found a sanctuary from the weight of their realities. They stole precious moments of happiness. They did this knowing that their time together was borrowed, living on the edge of a razor. They confessed their feelings for one another. They did so with a mixture of trepidation and yearning. Their words were carried on the night breeze. Their love story began to unfold. It was a tale of two souls entwined by destiny. They were bound by a love that transcended the boundaries of social strata and divine decree. The nights, though filled with the fear of discovery, were theirs. They were a testament to the power of their love.